Welcome back to Trading Wars. Give me a few minutes of your time and I'll show you how I finally broke $1 million. All right, guys, welcome back. So I have 3 systems here that I want to talk about, my Fibonacci systems that have led me to succeed. As most of you guys know, I'm a CPA. I've been working in the industry for a long time. I started off trading options. I lost basically my whole account in the first few months. And then I went on to Fibonacci, and I've been obsessed with Fibonacci for the last decade. And I really feel like I have a good system here that I can share with you, and hopefully you can add some value. So please drop a like and subscribe. Stay tuned to the end. I'll be doing a giveaway. Okay, so the 3 systems that I have, guys, are my compounding engine, which is the long-term plays, low involvement, where we're looking for the golden zone Fibonacci, premium harvesting engine, where we're looking for daily, weekly setups, and day trading alpha system, okay, which is mainly for day trades. So let me just hop in here, my friends. I will go to the spreadsheet, my tracker. This is kind of what I have going on right now. These are my open positions. So you can see the leaderboard for me is the S&P 500 futures contracts. I have 50 contracts and I'm using leverage on this. I'm up over 181,000. Then I have Amazon shares, 2,282 shares. I'm up over 100K on those. And then I have my Leap portfolio. So between my 2 Google Leaps, it's over 100% return. I'm down on Apple, down on Visa, and I'm almost at 100% return on SPY. Okay, so this is the long-term compounding engine. This is the intraday day trading premium harvesting. I do this every single week. This is just on the S&P 500 futures, and you can see about almost 20 grand in profit. Very, very high win rate because I'm selling out the money strangles. Okay, next we have our stock setups. This is leaps, spreads, bull put spreads, covered calls. It's a mix of different things, and I'm up over 20K on this as well. Okay, so these two, the options harvesting and the leaps and bull put spreads and all those setups are happening on a weekly basis. Whereas the long-term plays, guys, I'm very, very selective. Okay, so what we're going to do first, I want to start off with Google. All right, so what is the compounding long-term engine? Well, basically, guys, we are hunting the golden zone. So the golden zone is the area from the 50% retracement to the 786, and we're looking for discounts. Okay, so here's an example of Google. This is where I initiated this leap position. You could see the 50 to the 786. This is on the monthly chart. So I'm always starting on the monthly chart when I'm looking for the long-term plays. This retracement here, guys, was about a 25% drop on Google. Okay, and the golden zone from 138.73 to 163.48, all you're doing is you're accumulating a position in this zone. What you can do if you want to wait for a little bit of confirmation is you can go down to the daily chart and you can see, are we holding the zone? So in this case, we have one of my famous patterns here, the Holy Grail. We had this once and twice, which is a very good confirmation signal, which will increase your win rate. Okay, and you can enter into shares, you can enter into leaps, whatever you feel comfortable with. For me, I like to use leaps because it's more capital efficient. And I just wanted to show you that this was the call out back in April 21st. So guys, I do have my own Discord, my own stocks channels. I go through all of the Mag 7. We look for the best possible plays for leaps and for option premium harvesting. Okay, so check that out, tradingwars.com if you're interested in that. Anyways, let's continue. So my next play here, guys, I want to talk about Amazon. So here's another example of the golden zone. So this is the monthly chart again. You could see our low back here in 2023 to the 2025 high in February, and then we dropped down. The golden zone starts at 161.98, and the low of Amazon this year is 161.38. So my best average price on Amazon was 165, but for these shares, 2,280 shares, my average is 175. This is an older screenshot that I have up here just to show you guys the kind of growth of the account. Hood is another example, guys, of an amazing golden zone play here. So coming off of the golden zone back in April, we had the 618 Fibonacci at $29.77, and the low of Hood is $29.66. So guys, the golden zone, if you catch 1 or 2 of these golden zone leap plays on the monthly chart, it can literally change your life. You just have to be patient. And I rate this one, level of difficulty is the lowest, because you just have to have patience to execute that system. Okay, you just have to wait for the golden zone. And obviously here is my S&P 500 futures play where I loaded into the 50 contracts, and then you can see here in September I closed those 50 contracts for 138K, and I rolled them forward going into the next quarter. But it's the same situation playing for the golden zone on the monthly chart. Okay, so next, what about earning income every week? So how do we do that? So I'm just going to head over to my tracker here. What I do every single week, I love to do this on the S&P 500 futures contracts with the micros because they're very capital efficient. Because it's 1/10 of the S&P 500. And if you wanted to use XSP, it's also cash settled. If you didn't want to deal with potential assignment, we are basically selling out the money calls and out the money puts with 10 to 20 delta. And this allows us to have a very, very high win rate. So you could see so far, I've never lost on any of these trades. Potentially, I might lose on this trade, which is expiring October 10th. So we'll see if the win streak can continue. But what am I actually doing? Let me hop into the Discord. I have a very mechanical approach. Every single Sunday, I am looking to basically start off with the strangles, okay? Selling out the money calls and out the money puts. And then during the week, I'm looking to execute and add more. So let's go over to SPX, okay? So let's go over the 5-minute chart. So for example, on this pullback here, guys, you see how we're lining up with previous fib levels and support. I'm going to sell puts that are all the way down here, okay? And try to cash some money on that, right? Here's another example. I'm going to go over to Friday. Okay. And then for Friday, I'm going to actually turn on 2 indicators that I use. By the way, guys, if you're interested, I built my own indicators. Comment indicator below and you'll be entered in to get a free copy of this. Okay. But here is the auto fib. And then here is the previous day's range. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is look at the auto fib. And I'm going to show you how I use this to execute those intraday day trades, right? So let's just full screen this. Coming off of the open, you can see we rally and we're doing the same thing, but basically on the 5-minute chart, we're looking for the golden zone right here. And then you can see later on, we pull into this zone here. Once we get into the zone, guys, there's 2 options. One that I like to do is just, so if I'm going bullish, sell out the money puts, expiring 7 days. Okay. That's how I keep a very high win rate because I'm selling the puts far delta, but still making good money. Okay. Second is use short-term calls. So if you're bullish, or puts if you're bearish, or futures. Okay. And I like using futures with a small account because each point is going to be $5. All right. So here's an example of a setup here that we have from the Friday, October 3rd. So we pull in, we hold the golden zone, and then we cross back over right here. Bang. Okay. So this is what I call my Fibonacci crossover methodology. And then we just come in here, guys, long on the 618, and you can put your stop loss below that entry candle here. Okay. And this one here, guys, this goes for a really nice win. This is the type of setups that I'm looking for from a day trading perspective. It's the same golden zone, but we're just playing on a lower time frame and we're just trying to get in and out and make some good cash. Okay. And let me just go back over here. So these are all the different setups that I'm using for those. And I like to keep the win rate high by selling out the money options. I do the same thing with stocks, but I mix it up. So you can see I have some leaps play here and I have some leap puts as well, which is something else that I do. But let me give you an example of a recent play here. So let's go ahead and take a look at Microsoft. So Microsoft is an example of a trade that I entered. This one started off on a lower time frame as well. Okay. So going over here to the 5-minute chart, right? So with Microsoft here, guys, we have these gap fill plays, right? So these gap fill plays, I am also going to go and sell puts, out the money as well. So that's a very similar situation, but with the premium selling, it gives you a much higher win. All right, guys. So I hope I kind of gave you an overview there. And I really like to use all 3 of the systems. That really gives me confidence because I'm attacking all the time frames. Okay. And I'm more than happy to do a little bit more of a detailed video on the exact like day trading systems and setups if you're interested. But I don't want this video to get too long. But that's basically the 3 that I do: compounding, long-term, golden zone, premium harvesting, intraday, day trading alpha on the daily with stocks, etc. Okay. So I hope this video added value. Drop a like if you like it. And don't forget to comment, subscribe. I just want to make sure that I call out the winner of the last indicator. Tactical Illusion, you commented on the previous video. You are the winner of the indicator package. And Tactical, reach out to me, rich@tradingwars.com, and I'll get you set up. Right now, guys, I'm doing a special deal if anyone's interested. I built my own indicators like I've been showing you guys. And anybody that grabs a copy of those indicators, there's 4 of them. You're going to get 2 months for free in my Discord. And you can come join and watch me trade live. We go live every single day, and you can see we're pretty active in the lounge. And I share all my different setups as well as the tracker and stuff step by step. So I hope this added value, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.